right here in Philadelphia. R.J. Barrett, are you kidding me? Quick, the three, rack it up.
Games in the clutch, just figuring out how to win, and when everybody's involved like that, that's how we play Raptors basketball.
Raptors have now won 5 in a row. They've won 9 of 10, and they return home for a 4-game homestand. It's the Emirates NBA Cup. B.I. lead pass. Scotty, the reverse.
Feels like almost like an NCAA tournament, the NBA Cup.
You feel the different atmosphere when you go out there to play on that court.
It gives the players and the fans something to look forward to during the regular season.
You have the courts, the different jerseys.
You get like the extra competitive juices flowing when you got the NBA Cup on the line.
I feel like as a competitor, anytime they have a chance to win something, I'll make history. Why not?
Brady turns a corner in a slam dunk.
All roads lead to Vegas.
The cut, there's RJ.
Slamming home, young fella.
Don't miss out.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
Just hold on, we're going home. Back to Scotiabank Arena for the next 4 as the Raps set their sights on a 6th straight win in the 6 against the 1-win Washington Wizards. But this isn't just any old Friday affair. You see the red court. It's NBA Cup territory as Toronto tries to advance tonight. I'll explain how that happens shortly. But this is a step past anything Scotty Barnes has experienced in his first 2 editions. In fact, he's never been a part of a better 10-game stretch, period, over his 5 seasons, going 9-1, rocketing up the East, and Brandon Ingram, a big reason why, leading them in scoring and slowly transforming this team. Welcome to Tangerine Raptors Basketball on Sportsnet. I'm Danielle Michaud, and we're into the final week of group play of this NBA Cup with 8 teams trying to advance to the knockout round. 6 of those will be group winners, and the Toronto Raptors, who are standing at 2-0 going into tonight, are very much in the driver's seat of theirs. If they can get a win tonight and the Pacers suffer a loss to the Cavaliers, they will be off to the quarterfinals. And that's not the only incentive, because the top 2 records out of the East will also enjoy home court advantage for that quarterfinal. So we could see this red court once again. So lots of juice in the building tonight. We know this Raptors defense is on point. They forced Philly into 21 turnovers, leading to 31 points, but it's their half-court offense that has really been turning heads lately. So to dive a little deeper, let's take you courtside. Matt Devlin and Alvin Williams.
All right, Danielle, yes, the half-court offense. You want to know the impact of Brandon Ingram? It spells out all right there in what he's able to provide this team in the half court. By the way, he leads the NBA in mid-range field goal percentage, better than 55%, and that impacts so much.
So much, because it's so close to the basket, so he continues to put pressure on defenses. And you see the rankings from last year, 25th and 3rd to 3rd this season.
Three.
That's what the 3 is consistent, right? So. Yep. And it's not a finished product. If you take a look at this team, the action, a simple cross screen, you see R.J. Barrett cross screen. We've seen this action in the past with Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes is a big-time passer, so teams win double. B.I. with his offensive ability all over the floor, now teams are forced to double or make a move. And you see the 76ers, they're in a bind. RJ's been doing a great job all year of cutting to the basket. We've seen finishing plays, winning games, but now B.I., he's getting the double. He's making the right read. He has Jamal Shed on the strong side. Bang, knocking out a 3. So a perfect read from the double team. That's what B.I. does, and I just love this action here. If you look at the 2 players on this off the ball, and now their little action interchange or screen, it forces the 76ers to get out of help position. And that's going to leave Pirtle straight line basket from a great pass from Scotty Barnes. But it's this action on the weak side that frees it up, that makes the 76ers off-ball defense engage. And I love this play right here. We've seen it a few, just a simple high pick-and-roll action. But again, you see top man cutting to the basket, R.J. Barrett, and you replace the cutter. So now, guess what? Earlier in the game, they dropped it off to B.I. for a layup. Now, Sixers have to react, leaves open a wide open 3. So it's just a cut and replace and fill the corner. So the Raptors not only are making shots, the timely cuts, playing together, their spacing is great, and that's leading to them having a great half-court offense, sharing the ball, and everyone's playing unselfish rock.
All right, well, we look forward to it tonight. It's the Wizards and the Raptors, Emirates NBA Cup action as we send it back to Brad.
Guys, with Matt Bonner, Sherm Hamilton, as always, I know a phrase that you guys would have liked. You would have sold your coaches on it. Great shooters have short memories. I'll tell you what, Emmanuel quickly has forgotten all about that horrible start to a season from the floor. Absolutely on fire the last 5 or 6.
Absolutely. Doing a great job shooting with confidence. I like his shot prep. I like his ability to come off of screen and rolls, whether it's handling the ball or coming off of a pin down. His feet are set, confidently rising up and shooting the ball. Shooting about 55% from the floor over the last 7 games, making almost 4 3-pointers per game. This is Emmanuel quickly shooting with the highest level of confidence.
Yeah, and when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, he really helps the offense as well. Just his gravity. The other team has to know where he is on the court, has to rotate to him, can't help off him. We see that a lot with those Brandon Ingram post-ups. He's the guy that feeds from the top, and when he pulls over, then the defense has to rotate, and now everything opens up on the backside, especially those RJ cuts. That's how we won the game against, I think it was Charlotte. We got the game-winning play with RJ off the same play.
Speaking of slumps, RJ's eased out of that short one, but a real sign for him won't necessarily be highlights, but 8 of 9 from the free throw line. You know his confidence has come back.
Yeah, I mean, he's been consistent all year. He had that little mini slump on the road trip, shirted up the last game of the season. And he's been great. Obviously, we know what he does, getting to his left hand, drawing fouls, making his free throws with confidence. But defensively, Sherm, he's been a lot better, a lot more engaged off the ball, and then on the ball, being able to keep his guy in front and not give up the blow-bys or direct line drives.
You just love his professional approach. You love his focus, his concentration. And RJ has 9 games this season where he scored 20 or more points on 50% or better shooting. So his efficiency is off the charts, and that's what I like about RJ. Responsible offensively and defensively, as you pointed out, still engaged.
Latest win on the road on Wednesday against Philly makes it 7-3 away from home this season. Remarkable number for the Raptors as they get set to play just their 6th home game, but they will get used to home cooking. 8 of the next 10 beginning tonight at Scotiabank Arena. This one with a little extra flavor. NBA Cup game. They could punch their ticket to the quarterfinals depending how things unfold tonight. The tip after this with Matt and Alvin on Sportsnet.
Brought to you by Tangerine Bank. Learn how Tangerine is celebrating fans every Friday game at nba.com/Raptors.
Bounce. Courtside representer. Front row with my kicks comfy. Stretched out, might trip a rep. Crossed up, no half stepping. Lights, camera, whole lot of snapping. Big city, whole lot of action. In the end, whole lot of madness. Unstoppable like a Kyrie package. Tuned in, but it turned the channel.
A Friday night in Toronto, and tonight the Emirates NBA Cup East Group A action. Raptors lead the East Group A 2-0 with a plus 23 differential, and that is extremely important. Washington 0-1, they're minus 33. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Gillette, the best your game can get. The Raptors, along with Minnesota, Houston, and Chicago, have used the fewest starting lineups in the NBA to begin this season, a total of 3. It's Quickly, Barrett, Ingram, Barnes, and Pirtle. The Washington Wizards, they've dropped 12 in a row. They're 1-13. You know what they ultimately want out of this season. The Toronto Raptors are doing something we haven't seen in a while, Alvin. 9-1, best 10-game stretch since February of 2020. Raptors, they've won 5 in a row. What does that mean? 10-5 now through the first 15 games. That's their best start since 2019-2020. They're second in the East for the first time since August of 2020. Remember, that was entering the bubble at that time. And Darko Rajakovic has done a magnificent job. Remember, at the beginning of the season, 1-4, adjustments made in the Toronto Raptors. Got that first W on opening night, then dropped 4 in a row. Went to Cleveland, got a big win there, came home against Memphis, then Milwaukee, and they put it all together. Over the last 10 games, they've only lost to one team, That was Philadelphia on the second night of a back-to-back when they didn't have Jakob Poeltl. Raptors have taken care of business. Everyone agrees with the Toronto Raptors that games like tonight, I understand this is a Washington team that has one win, but this is a cup game. They want to go to Vegas, and I know you do. You do too, Al.
You're darn skippy. I want to go to Vegas, so we got to come out and we got to play Raptor-style basketball.
Mark Davis, in his 28th season, officiating in the NBA, 218 playoff games, 23 NBA Finals game, the lead official, along with Andy Nagy and Matt Kallio from Edmonton, Alberta, are three officials, and the entry pass batted away. Washington coming off of a loss in Minnesota on Wednesday night. They arrived in town yesterday. The three doesn't go, and Jakob Poeltl with the rebound. They're 1-7 on the road. Their one win was the second game of the season. That was in Dallas, 117-107. Ingram finds Scotty, spots up, corner three, doesn't go, and a rebound taken down by the Wizards.
And if you're the Raptors, you want to continue executing the half court, you got to get back on defense. You got to pick up the ball, stop the ball early. You can't allow that, and can't allow this Wizards team to get any type of confidence.
Bilal Coulibaly with the throwdown. They were in the game against Minnesota. They have been in games. They took Philadelphia to overtime. They took Detroit to overtime in Detroit.
And Matt, when you see young teams and you see Coulibaly with the athleticism that he always displays, these young guys, they're out playing. They're learning from their mistakes. They're able to learn on the job. And sometimes those are the most dangerous teams when you don't have to worry about tomorrow. It's the moment right now, and those Washington Wizards guys, they're really trying to prove themselves and continue playing team basketball. Great pass by Scotty.
And the layup is good quickly. Brian Keefe in a tough spot. He understands this is a team that wants a high draft pick. If they fall out of the top 8, that pick will go to New York. And Brian Keefe has been around this game for a long time. There are ties with the Oklahoma City Thunder, as well as in the front office of Washington as they look to rebuild. Over the last 2 seasons, a total of 32 wins entering this season. Here's R.J. Barrett going up against Keyshawn George, and Barrett goes in strong. Vukcevic comes away with the rebound. Tristan Vukcevic is on a 2-way contract. He gets a start tonight. And the veteran Chris Middleton unable to secure that rebound. He's in the final year of his contract. For the Toronto Raptors, 10 of their first 15 games have been on the road. They're 7-3 on the road, 3-2 at home. This begins a 4-game homestand, the first 3 in 4 nights. Poeltl, the extra pass, count the bucket. And a great interior passing. And then you talked about the cutting in the open of the show, but those ball cuts are really important.
No, they're huge, and you see that. That's a constant cut by the Toronto Raptors. That pick and roll action, the corner guy will cut baseline, a soft baseline cut, and then that spot will get filled. So it gives the pick and roll catcher options.
Vukcevic, that shot doesn't go. Ingram looks ahead. RJ attacking Middleton. Middleton strips him. RJ on a kick out quickly. The three. Got it from Stouffville.
And it wasn't smooth, Matt, but the pressure that RJ provided on the defense, it collapsed the defense. He got stuck a bit, kept his eyes open, quickly ran down the floor, trailed the play. It's wide open for a 3.
C.J. McCollum, the veteran three-point shooter, lead pass. RJ off balance, and he is fouled. He'll head to the line. He was in the act of shooting.
And you see the Raptors getting out, and that's a big-time key for the Raptors with this young Wizards team. Get out, make sure they have to run the floor and play, make multiple efforts. As you see right there, RJ got the ball deflected a bit, good defense by Middleton, but you see quickly trailing the play, keeping the floor in space, call 5.
Foul was on Bilal Coulibaly, and that's his first, and R.J. Barrett to the free throw line. A season high 8 made free throws in Philadelphia. Fresh Strategies brought to you by Old Spice Fiji deodorant. 24/7 lasting freshness with daily use.
Sorry, Matt. And it started. You see the Raptors having success, pushing the pace. You have to put pressure on this Wizards team. They have a back-to-back. They have a game tomorrow, so you want to make them already start thinking about the Chicago Bulls. And then again, execute your half-court offense. This is something you can break a team down, and sometimes you can break their spirit if you continue setting screens, moving, getting easy looks. Half-court defenses really have challenges trying to guard good half-court offense.
George has been great from three-point range. Nearly 46%. That one rattles in and pops out.
He's an impressive young player. Love his improvement.
Oh, there's that mid-range. 55% on the season. He's averaging close to 25 games, or pardon me, 25 points in the 5 home games.
Matt, you just see the dribble. It's not a dribble to actually protect the ball. It's a dribble to get to his spot. So he puts the ball already. You see George being aggressive, but he puts the ball to the spot where he's going to go. So a defender, you're sticking to the man. He's running to the ball, getting wide open.
Oh, how about that? Ingram and Pirtle.
Impressive play, head up, and that's an underrated point of his game, the passing part.
B.I. hooking up with Yak. Raptors lead by 9 today. Take a look at the NBA Cup for the Toronto Raptors. They went into Cleveland, won that game. Jamison Battle, 7-of-7 from the field, 6-of-6 from 3. And then against Atlanta on the road, Raptors come away with a hard-fought 109-97 victory. 7 players in double digits. And remember, Atlanta, 9-7. Have been playing good basketball, and the Raptors 2-0 against them this season, 1-0 in cup play. After tonight, one more cup game. That's against Indiana. The Raptors can secure a spot in the knockout round with a win tonight in an Indiana loss to Cleveland.
It's a great opportunity for the Raptors to submit credibility, confidence, and this style of play.
And C.J. McCollum lays it up and in.
Yeah, that's what he does. A career close to 20-point-a-game score and averaging just under that. But he's a guy that can fill it up at any time against any defense.
At 14 in Minnesota, and Brandon Ingram fouled going up against the 21-year-old Koulibaly in the post. Multiple pump fakes. And the second on Koulibaly. The double never came.
Double never came, and that's what he's doing. He's surveying the entire defense, and once he sees his opportunities, he can go over top of you. And he's also, again, we talked about his underrated skill of passing and his reading the game, but I love his patience of just seeing the floor and seeing where his opportunities are going to come from.
BetMGM Sportsbook. Make it a game you'll never forget with parlays and live betting. Make it legendary.
Brandon Ingram leads the team with 4.9 free throw attempts a game, as well as makes 4.3, shooting 88% from the line, and he gets both there.
And the thing about a scorer, Matt, yes, scoring your skill set, but having the ability to pass. Once you have that ability to pass as a scorer, it's going to be hard to double team.
Koulibaly fouled by Pirtle on the drive. Cam Whitmore checks in for Washington. Koulibaly, Middleton, George, C.J. McCollum, and Whitmore. Cam Whitmore acquired in a 3-team trade back in July this past summer, involving Houston, the Pelicans, and Washington. Originally selected 20th overall by Houston out of Villanova University, as Koulibaly makes the first.
And talk about this young team. They had some big-time athletes on this team. Talk about Koulibaly and Whitmore. These guys are high flyers and play with high energy.
had the second best chance a season ago to come away with the #1 overall pick. They finished 6th in the draft lottery. Pirtle looks on the inside and a turnover, the second by the Raptors. Out on the run and a kick out. Whitmore rises up and the three is good. Only 33% on the season, but he drills that. It's a 4-point game.
But he's not bashful, Matt. We've seen him, his days in Houston, come in the game and be super aggressive, will light it up, will shoot any shots that he desires and get to the basket and, again, play with that energy. He has the confidence and the green light, so the Raptors cannot sleep on Whitmore one bit. Back to his hometown team, grew up
Baltimore.
Really enjoying this Wizards team, a fan of the Wizards team, so you know he wants to put on for his city and his area. You got to be careful with that DMV. You can't say D.C., Washington, and Baltimore. You got to be real careful.
4-point game. Here's Ingram. Guarded by Middleton. Gets to his spot. Jumper doesn't go. Whitmore able to claim the rebound ahead to Keyshawn George. He'll kick it in the corner. It's Middleton. No. And Pirtle takes in the rebound. R.J. Barrett gives it to Pirtle in the high post. Here's Quick. Snake dribble and now pulls it back out. Sends it to R.J. R.J. backing in. Working against Keyshawn George.
That's just a grown man move. Shoulder to the chest, right to the sternum, and going right up there with a little jump hook. Determined to get that bucket. You just see it, man, right here. A little patience, put it between legs, crossover, get to his spot, and just continues to drive and get to his sweet spot with a nice right hand jump hook.
Keyshawn George grew up in Switzerland. His father from Montreal. Played for Canada in the 2025 FIBA America, making his senior team debut. Raptors come away with it. And that pass deflected and stolen by Washington. Whitmore lays it up and in.
And that's the one thing we've talked so much about the Raptors and their passing ability and the unselfishness. Sometimes you have to be careful. There's a thing called too unselfish and making certain passes that aren't good for the offense.
Quickly, he's going to head to the free throw line. Raptors, they turned it over 15 times, leading to 18 points on Wednesday.
Great idea, trying to get the ball to the other side of the floor by RJ, but you got to look at the trailing defense. They're not giving up on the play. Coaches teach multiple efforts, sprint back on defense, and defenses are trailing for those type of passes and those kickouts.
C.J. McCollum picks up his first. Last home game, that was against Charlotte. Raptors turned it over 17 times. I mean, this is a low turnover team, one of the best assists to turnover ratio teams in the NBA.
Yeah, and you talk about, it's a lot of emphasis on their half-court offense and how they execute, paint, cutting, making shots, BI, but they're not turning the ball over. So they're giving themselves great opportunities to score in the half-court offense.
Tonight, here in the opening quarter, 3 turnovers have led to 5 points for Washington.
And also those turnovers will put more pressure on your defense.
Jacoby Walter, Sandro Mamukelashvili checking in. Here's Middleton. Jumper doesn't go. Mamu with the rebound. Jacoby Walter coming off of his best game of the season in Philadelphia. Here's Quick. Maintains it. Gets it to Ingram up at the rim with a soft touch.
Little Curly Neal action by Quick. Go to one knee. See George being strong, going to the basket. Again, very impressive early start to this season by George.
Averaging better than 17, along with 6+ rebounds. And there's another turnover. Whitmore on the scene once again. George to Whitmore. Denied up top. EI3 has been great this season early on in that block category.
And just using his length, being engaged. That's the biggest thing, just being engaged, making the efforts. The ability is there. And if you haven't paid attention to this kid or this young man, he has all the tools, and he's been doing it throughout when he's healthy, he's been doing it throughout his career. So after last game, I got a text from a scout, and he told me he's never seen B.I. have that much enthusiasm, that much energy, and it's just a testament to him playing, being happy while he's playing.
There's Mamu on the inside, laying it up and in. Raptors are 8 of 12 from the field here early.
Jamal Shead coming right in, getting an assist where he's 4th coming off the bench, leading the league in assists.
Johnson and a whistle. Trey Johnson, the 6th overall selection out of Texas. Players would like to challenge it, and the Raptor bench says no.
And that's just something you save. You save your challenges. You may need them a little later, and that's part of the game. Some referees are going to miss the play, and you may see the foul comes from a different angle. If you talk about Walter right there, he may have got all ball, but his arm came across the body, so you don't know how the referee is calling it. But you talk about Walter and Grady Dick, they had a heck of a performance, both of them, against the 76ers. They brought the energy, shot-making ability. They were very scrappy, both of them, and they came in off the bench. So I take my hat off to those guys because sometimes their minutes have been spotty, but they have been showing, both of them, true professionalism.
You're, experiencing something for the first time at the professional level, more than likely the first time in your life, where you're coming in, and there's Jacoby with the 3 from Cornwall. And nothing is guaranteed, not like last season or the season before. You got to fight for those minutes. There's Shed. Oh, Mamu, there goes that man.
And you love it. Starts with the defense from B.I. Getting down, getting a steal. We talked about his block shots, talked about his scoring. Now he's getting defense, initiating the offense.
Raptors up by 12.
Yeah, I'm mic'd up. Yeah, I'm on the beat. Yeah, I'm mic'd up. You can look at my feet. For the sing, bro. Oh, Canada, thank you. We stand on guard for thee. Come on, do what you do. Be great, Nine. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it, big dog. Let's get it, big dog.
I'm going to petition to have Jamal Shead mic'd up every single game. He's always a good time. But he told me they've embraced this NBA Cup scenario and are playing with an intensity required for a playoff-like situation, treating every opportunity like Game 7. As for that $500,000 paycheck per player, guys, he said, hell yeah, that's a key indicator of why we're playing so hard. It's a great reward.
Certainly is, and Lakers received it in the first year. The Bucks last season, and their top 3 players on the team at that time, as that bucket is good. Kispert lays it up and in. It was Middleton, Giannis, and Damian Lillard. They actually took that paycheck and they spread it out amongst everybody else on the team, which says a lot about them. And Toronto Raptors, as Darko has said, it gives you something else during the course of the regular season too, right? And it may be for a team that hasn't been to the postseason in quite some time, that opportunity to kind of feel that before the rest of the season moves along into the second half of the year.
Yeah, not having the opportunity to play in anything like that, but I love the concept, I love the idea, I love the possibilities and what it can bring to a team. It brings that during the middle of the season when sometimes the season can get stagnant and you get bored with it. So you're playing, you're playing for something.
Second chance opportunity, and Trey Johnson, the rookie out of Texas, 19 years of age, gets the bucket. Grady on a kick out. Jacoby has already knocked down 1-3. Barnes over to Shed, back to Grady. Grady working on Kispert, looking for the cut, and Walter comes away with it. Has it denied, gets it back. 5 on the clock, 4 on the clock. Scotty B attacks, puts it up, doesn't go. Kispert The outlet to George, looking up top for Whitmore, and a turnover, their third.
Looked like Whitmore got hurt on that play a bit on the takeoff for the lob. But you see the Raptors playing with a little bit more speed and look like they're out of sorts a bit. You got to give this Wizards team credit defensively because they're forcing this Raptors team to play at a quicker pace that they don't want to.
5 turnovers, 7 points for Washington off of the turnovers. Scotty B with it, looks for Mamu, guarded by George. He's going to back in, and he gets it blocked and then loses it out of bounds. You know, I've mentioned this. I know you look at the record, but there's been some bright spots along the way when you talk to Washington personnel about games that they've been in, but their youth late in games typically catches up to them. And a foul is going to be charged to Grady.
And I've been in those situations, losing teams, and we would always, first 3 quarters, 3.5 quarters, we're right there. And then when it's winning time, it's the decision making, it's the shot making ability, it's getting the stops, the crucial stops, and then the other team, their best players really taking over. So if you give yourself a chance to win, that's why it's important for the Raptors to really put their foot on the gas and put this team out of it as soon as they can.
Quickly in Shed on the court, Walter out. You saw the graphic. Washington's second youngest team. Raptors are the 4th youngest team in the league. When you include players who have played at least 70% of the games, they're the 8th youngest team when you weigh in by minutes played. And it's a youthful group.
We've seen it. And over the year, last year, the young guys really getting the opportunity to play, and it's big time when you have guys that's been in these games, again, learning on the job.
But Carrington
Can't be happy with that, Matt.
And a timeout. Timeout taken by Darko in a 6-point game. Raptors led by 12. It's a 6-0 run for Washington. Straight line cut. Brian Keefe at the helm. Took over for Wes Unseld Jr. in the 23-24 season. Went 8-31. But this is a plan that the president, Michael Winger, along with general manager Will Dawkins, put in place. Dawkins spent 15 seasons in Oklahoma City. Michael Winger coming over from the Los Angeles Clippers, where he spent 6 seasons, also time in Oklahoma City, 7 years with the Thunder. And Kispert on the attack, doesn't go.
Again, Matt, the Raptors have to do a better job of containing the basketball. The ball handler is getting all the way to the basket, getting through the gaps. Defensively, the Raptors have to pick it up.
Scotty, the corner 3 is good. Shooting 48% from 3 at home is Scotty B.
Scotty getting to the corner. Jamal Shed just quarterbacking the entire play. Draws the defense. Already knows where Scotty's going to be. Did a phenomenal job passing over top of the defense.
Quickly. Under 10 on the shot clock. Raptors by 9, quick. Working on George. Double clutch, shot doesn't go. And Washington comes away with it. It's Johnson. 9-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Deflected by Mamu. To the bucket, lays it up and through.
How about those hands, Matt? Playing the passing lanes, active hands, getting the steal. Good job by Mamu. And we've seen him do that on multiple occasions throughout the season.
Back to a double-digit lead for Toronto. Here's George fading, no. And the first quarter comes to a close. Raptors lead by 11.
And a few turnovers, uncharacteristic turnovers in that first quarter. Defense picked up those last 2 possessions. That's Raptors styles defense. Get out in transition, contesting all shots.
Washington to 35. 38% shooting. 5 turnovers leading to 7 points. Raptors turned over Washington 5 times, leading to just 4 points for the Raptors. Tighten things up a little bit. And nearly getting a steal there, Koulibaly. Jakob comes out. Quickly there, clock down, and a shot clock violation dialed in the first possession. The Raptors.
So what I'm thinking, Darko said a few words in that timeout, because this was defense we haven't seen so far tonight. Perfect switch, and right at the end of the shot clock, Pirtle doing a good job contesting, but how about Grady Dick really containing the basketball early on in that offensive set by the Wizards?
Grady finds Jakob, kicks it back to Quick, 7 on the clock. Quickly makes a move, gets around Kispert, and gets the bucket point blank.
Quickly doing a nice job this season with that one-hand floater, getting in the paint, not always getting all the way to the rim. Good hands again by Grady Dick.
Vukcevic with the 3 doesn't go, and R.J. Barrett with the rebound quickly leads away for the Raptors with 9.
And you're seeing Grady Dick on defense, the deflections, tied for third in the team with the most deflections coming into this game.
Turnover, the 6th by the Raptors. In the corner, Middleton spots up, the 3 doesn't go, and Barrett comes away with it. Washington just 1 for 13 from downtown. Yak up top, Scotty able to grab it. Back to Grady. Grady cut off. RJ lines it up. Shot no. Offensive rebound, and Andy Nagy's going to call a foul on Jakob Poeltl, and that's his 2nd.
So Poeltl in the right position, just use his hands a bit on a smaller Kispert, but that's what you want. You want your big in the right spot, and that comes from taking the right shot, having the floor balance to give yourself that opportunity for offensive rebound.
Middleton. Here's CJ attacking, and McCollum able to get it to go. 11-point game. Scotty B. Game 1 of a 4-game homestand. Grady a 3 doesn't go. Grady this season 34% from 3-point range. Koulibaly, I think, and he's frustrated there. And there's a foul against the Toronto Raptors, and it's on Scotty Barnes. But you know, again, it's a change of role. It's going to take a little bit of time for Grady. You're only 15 games into a season.
Yeah, but as a player, as a competitor, you want more from yourself, and that's a shot that he knows he can make, but that's a good shot. And if you're a coach, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for good shots where you can generate good shots out of your offense, and that was it. Scotty Barnes had the ball in the post, got double teamed. Grady wide open. He's going to make that shot. He knows it. We know it. So he just continues to stick to the script with that.
In the plus-minus category, he's only had 1 game where he's a minus at Dallas, -2. So he's been plus in 14 of the 15 games for the Toronto Raptors. Moves quickly. R.J. Barrett, clock down. He's going to have to make something work. Puts it up, and he banks it in! R.J. Let's check in with Danielle Michaud. Danielle?
Well, guys, you were talking about Grady, and I did ask Coach Darko how he feels the progression is going in this new role, and he said Grady is very talented, but he's always asking for more, adding it's important he understands he'll have minutes and doesn't need to prove everything right away, to instead focus on feeling more relaxed and allow the game to come to him.
R.J. Barrett backing in. Grady Dick in his 3rd season.
You know what I can appreciate about today's NBA structure, the coaching staff? There's so many coaches, and there's so many resources, and there's so much information. So a player like Grady and a player like Jacoby Walter, when you're not playing, back in the day, no one would talk to you. You didn't have enough coaches to go around and communicate with you to keep your confidence up or work with you. And when you have that ability, you see RJ feeling real good right now. 3 straight baskets for RJ Barrett. But I love the fact that there is a support system when you're not playing, so you can continue to work on your game. You can continue to get communication and you know what the team actually wants. It's not always going to come from the head coach. It's not always going to come from the top assistant, but it may come from other coaches that's going to work with you and continue to help you work on your game and keep your confidence level and be ready to play when your number is called.
Foul called on R.J. Barrett as C.J. McCollum will go to the line. 13-point lead right now for the Toronto Raptors.
You know, back in the day, that used to be the worst. You don't get some minutes sitting in the locker room, sitting in practice, and everyone's walking past you. You don't know if you're playing well. You don't know what you need to do to improve. That's what they used to say, the NBA. No boys allowed. You had to be ready and take what came with it.
They just announced that RJ's basket at the 9:28 mark left his hand too late. And you see that there. The hard thing from a player perspective, when you're on a team that has expectations, there's what the team wants, and then there's, of course, what you want. And the quicker that you recognize, okay, where I'm at in my career at this time, where the team is going, if I'm able to align with that, then my minutes are going to increase, everything's going to go. But it's what Washington will face with all these young players, right? You have a lot of young players that are getting minutes because you need, as they say, well, we're developing them. But things will, hopefully for Washington and what they want to do, will change for them, for their fan base. It's an organization that hasn't been beyond the second round in the Eastern Conference since 1979.
Yeah.
Even with the John Walls and when Michael Jordan played there at the end of his career with Bradley Beal. Here's RJ. But those two things, when you align those two things, that's when teams take off.
But it's a slippery slope when you're doing those things. You see RJ with good deflection, going with a timely double team, because you want to learn how to win and you want to create winning habits. So if you're a coach and you're the organization, you want to develop an infrastructure where that's how your team, and that's the identity of your team, and that's how you want to move forward. Because a lot of times, to be honest, a lot of these players are used to get to a point and they're thrown out with the rest of the trash until you can get a steak. and next thing you know, you might be out the league. You might get traded. You don't never know what happened, but they're looking for better players to get you to that next level.
100%. Here's quickly. The three is good from Murray Harbor. He's got a dozen.
I want to know if I can call him collect. Do they still have collect calls these days? They don't.
Call five.
Collect, call five. All right.
You can
don't
collect,
press zero.
okay,
I'm going to call him and see if he answers.
Here's Middleton mid-range. Jumper doesn't go. And knocked away, saved. Back up top to Koulibaly. Raptors lead by a dozen. Vukcevic. Shot doesn't go, quickly with it. Ochai Agbaji seeing action. Here's Mamu attacking right off the front of the iron.
But you love the aggressiveness.
Here's Kispert. The three is good. He's in the first year of a 4-year deal, shooting 37% from three. And it's a 9-point game. 6:52 remaining on the clock. Raptors lead the Wizards with a 9-point lead here against Washington. Emmanuel quickly with a dozen points leading the way. He has played so well, had 18 points in Philadelphia, 11 in the fourth quarter. And that hot shooting continues. In November, shooting 45% from three. Averaging better than 17.5 points.
And just growing into that point guard role, knowing where his jump shot is coming, knowing where his shot selection is going to continue to get better, and continue finding his teammate, having that balance. A lot of times when you're a scoring guard and scoring point guard, and you're thrusted into a new role, and when I say that role, not just position, the role, finding others, getting others involved, it's going to take time for your complete game to come around. But Kuechly's doing a good job of settling in. Now we talked about in the past games, and as of late, he and Jamal Shead are playing together. So now he can get back to the scoring and being aggressive, looking for his own offense. We're doing a very nice job of finding that balance.
We've seen a little bit of that already. Here's Walter on a kick out. Ochai Agbaji seeing action for the first time since November the 8th in Philadelphia. Putback doesn't go. Mamu gathering. Mamu doesn't go. Mamu is fouled and he'll head to the line. You know, it's an opportunity once again for the Raptors. When you look at the upcoming homestand, 3 of their next 4 opponents not only under 500, entering tonight they're 5-38. Cleveland on Monday on the second night of a back-to-back, they're 10-6 and currently 4th. Tonight they're taking on Indiana. But you see for the Raptors during this stretch, you have 2 road games at Charlotte, at New York, and then you come back and you have Portland, Lakers, Charlotte, Boston.
Yeah, ain't no pity for the puppies. You know, but nobody had pity for the Raptors when they were at times struggling, whatever. It's early in the season. You take care of your business. I'm very impressed with the Raptors' road record, being a 7-3, and that's just showing the quality of the team when you can win and take your style on the road.
Whitmore, no, and Ingram with a rebound along with Shead, Agbaji, Walter, and Mamu. Ingram guarded by the rookie Johnson. Mamu gives it back, up fake. Finds Mamu gathering. Mamu stripped, and he can't believe it. Look, and Ingram is smiling.
You know what? I'm smiling, everybody, because you've been in those situations where just nothing's going to fall for you. You just want the closest shot to the rim, and nothing's falling for you. You're doing the right things, but can't get the result.
Koulibaly on the attack. It's Ingram and a foul. And you just you have to leave it behind you.
You got to leave it behind you. And you see,
look, he's so shaking his head.
Like, oh, I can't believe this. But the thing you love about this team, it's an unselfish team. So you have some players that say, I'm not passing him the ball no more. He's messing up my assist. Yeah. But this team is not like that. Everyone's sharing the rock. He's going to get another opportunity. Just got to finish it now. Shake it off.
Yeah, well, as a point guard, how many guys did you
look off? I wanted my job. I didn't look. I wanted my job, and I wanted to protect my health. I didn't look anybody off.
Yeah, but what if they miss like 3 in a row?
I'm gonna give it to miss 4.
Again?
Miss 4 in a row. I didn't have. That wasn't my pay grade. I wasn't making those decisions. I'm gonna just tell you what to do and pass the ball to you. That's all I'm gonna do.
So you didn't get sticky fingers?
No, I do remember I had a coach, and he told me not to pass to a player because they kept missing, and they kept being open, so I kept passing to him. He ended up taking me out the game because I kept passing it to him.
Ingram takes it upon himself and goes in strong with the left hand. Carrington gives it back to Whitmore. Whitmore cut off. 10 on the shot clock, and Mamu comes away with a rebound. Ingram. Agbaji. He'll get it back up top to Shead. Shead with under 10 of the shot clock. Ingram makes a move on the rookie Johnson. Mid-range, shot too strong. Long rebound. He gives it back to Mamu. Shead wide open for 3. Got it. Raptors up 47-33. 5 of 10 from downtown.
And Matt, that's why basketball is so beautiful. You look at Sandro, had some tough plays. Right here, great play. Extra pass, a good opportunity to a great opportunity.
Up to 35% off in-store and online.
Welcome back inside where the Raptors lead the Wizards by 14. And yes, Mamu probably wants a couple of those buckets back, but listen, the guy has been getting some serious exposure. In fact, national exposure from the Athletics' John Hollinger, who named him in his list of players to have a breakout season alongside names like Wemby and Luka. And when I told Sandro that, he was happily surprised, saying how surreal it's all been. He reminded me that it was an uphill battle for 5 years out of that rotation a lot. and he's trying to always figure out how to be impactful. But being with an organization who believes in him, teammates who trust him, he feels set up for success here, guys, eager to continue proving he's a legit hooper in this league.
Second-round pick originally by Indiana. There's a 3 by Johnson. Spent a year and a half in Milwaukee, 2.5 in San Antonio in the summertime. Chose the Toronto Raptors. Raptors plus 13 on the glass. That's been key. There's Mamu. Offensive rebound number 9. Scotty B with it. Barnes backing in on Champagnie. And that power move as Justin Champagnie, brother of former Raptor Julian Champagnie.
How about that move? He just told the young fella get in the weight room. But you talk about Sandro, got 7 rebounds, and he's hitting the offensive board, so you're doing the other things.
And there's Champagnie underneath with a bucket. Raptors up by 11. Point differential does count in an NBA Cup game.
I'm gonna tell you, this young Wizards team, he said they're the second youngest team in the NBA, but they playing hard. You can see they're sticking to the concepts. They're giving themselves opportunities, just not shooting well from 3. I think it was 3 for 19. So when you're shooting that miserable, you're going to not pretty much be in the game. But defensively, they're trying to stick to the concepts, and they're doing a much better job defensively this game than they did against the Timberwolves. They gave up 71 points in the first half against the Timberwolves their past game. So they're making improvements.
They gave up 28 points off of 17 turnovers in that game, but they felt after getting down that big that in the second half they showed more. They ended up losing 120 to 109. You see Cleveland leads Indiana. With the Raptors win tonight, and with a Cleveland win tonight, the Raptors will advance to the knockout round. They'd be the first team in the NBA in the Emirates NBA Cup to advance to the knockout round. And there's a whistle and a foul. Foul's going to be charged to Champagnie.
So we go to Vegas now, right?
Well, then you
slow down.
Well,
slow down.
Yeah. Quarterfinal is a game that's played in your home arena. So Raptors aren't yet aware of, with everything being played out, if they would host a game or would have to be on the road. Semifinal and final.
Just a little eager, I know. I know. Just a little eager. Love to go to Vegas.
Yes.
With you.
Yeah, well, we've never been. We might as well go now. There's Ingram getting fouled. A 12-point lead for the Toronto Raptors.
And again, that's a tough matchup for anyone. And you see the young fella, Trey Johnson, telling his team, we got to rebound. We got to rebound. So you like to see that from a young fella.
So here is the tournament format for the Emirates NBA Cup. 6 group of 5 teams. Raptors are, as I mentioned earlier, they are in East Group A. 2 home, 2 road. Their first 2 were on the road. So tonight and then Wednesday against Indiana. 8 teams advance to the knockout round. 6 group winners plus the next best team in each conference. And then the semifinals and championship are held in Las Vegas. And point differential comes into play there. So that's why you see at the end of these cup games.
Playing to the end.
Yeah, playing to the end. Raptors lead by 14. This is their largest lead. McCollum now. Champagnie fouled with a bucket. He'll head to the free throw line.
And that's what I mean. You know, the Wizards, they're playing. You put the basketball in C.J. McCollum's hands, a veteran offensive threat. He can make things happen. Great read, pocket pass. Champagnie going strong to the basket, finishing with the left. So creating an identity. You talked about not giving up on that Timberwolves game, being down big, but still fighting back, giving themselves a chance and compete. So this team, they're creating that identity.
Pirtle picks up his third. Jamison Battle makes his way to the table. Colin Murray Boyles, as Danielle Michaud mentioned in the pregame show, is out with an MCL sprain in his right knee for a second consecutive game. Being extremely cautious with the rookie. RJ, the three, rack it up, bucket and book it. Barrett connects.
How about the read and the play again by B.I. Everybody moving. Pirtle doing a good job setting the screens, rolling to the basket. RJ finishing the deal, knocking down a three.
Scotty B brings it across the timeline. Barnes. Screen set by RJ. They get a switch on McCollum. You see George just hovering. And the cross-court pass stolen away. 8th turnover on a pull-up. Trey Johnson. The rookie who has said, hey, I've never lost this much. 13 games.
Yeah.
Right?
He's a threat. Super confident player, super skillful player, and can shoot that thing.
Raptors up 11. Here's Quick. Kicks it, B.I. Backing in on George. Fading. And it pops out. 1:20 left here in the first half. Raptors by 11. McCollum attacks. Deflected. Stolen by Scotty. RJ. Oh, the notorious BI3 with the throwdown.
Great defense by the Raptors. Active hands, getting into a zone, getting into the gaps, getting out in transition.
Keyshawn George tries to split the double, can't. Johnson feeling it right now. He is 3 for 4 and their top scorer, 12 points in 11 minutes.
Coming out of Texas, he led his Longhorns with 89 threes that season, his freshman season, so he can light it up. He's transferring.
Jakob on a kick out. RJ short, and Middleton with it. 2-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Brian Keefe wants him to use the clock. Middleton guarded by Scotty. Here's McCollum guarded by Barnes. Barnes over Pirtle, and RJ able to grab the rebound, and the first half comes to a close and the Raptors lead by 10. Stay tuned for the Raptors Subway halftime show with Brad, Sherm, and Matt Bonner. Raptors shooting 46%, Washington 37. One thing certainly they need to clean up. 8 turnovers leading to 12 points as we send it over to Danielle.
Well, Sandro just gave me a kind of sigh, and that was a long half you just said. But Sandro, 7 rebounds for you in that opening half. And yes, maybe a bit of frustration, but you found ways to make yourself impactful.
Yeah, I'm trying. Sometimes the ball won't go in, so I just got to bring energy and stay focused. And I think it's fighting for the rebounds and finding something to keep you in the game and not check you out mentally is very important. So I'm just trying to do that.
And that's going to be important in the second half against these Wizards. What do you hope to clean up in the second half?
When you have a lead, you just got to be careful because teams get hot. They find momentum. So we just got to come out and start the third quarter really strong. Make sure we keep the tempo, play our style of basketball, and get the dub.
Thank you, Sandro. Get back to Matt now.
Raptors 57-47 with the lead here at halftime, led by Quickly with 12. RJ Barrett with 11, and Ingram's got a dozen. Emirates NBA Cup action. The second half. Raptors lead by 10, their largest lead 14. And Alvin, as we look to the third quarter, what do you want to see from the Toronto Raptors?
I want to see him continue to dominate the paint. 28 points in the paint, 12 second chance points. So you want to make sure you continue. The Wizards don't have a big out there now, so you can use your size advantage, continue to be aggressive. And we know the Raptors this season, they've been a great second half team, so you want to keep playing with force. We saw Sandro miss a few bunnies, but he's attacking the glass. He's getting the team second opportunity points, and you see the Raptors getting out in transition from turnovers, a few turnovers they've created, but again, the Raptors continue to push their style, push the pace a bit, and we also know, as I already mentioned, they're a second half team where they really start being really active and really productive.
Raptors are plus 17 on the glass as we check in with Danielle.
Well, I talked to assistant coach James Wade there at the half. Guys reminded him 21 made field goals on 15 assists. Feels like a pretty good recipe. And he said, well, it could have been 21 made field goals on 20 assists if they'd made those bunny layups that you guys talked about. But he feels that they got to just cut off Trey Johnson in the second half, stay a little bit more disciplined, don't turn it over, and rebound, and they'll be able to have a really strong second half. He also mentioned talking to Mamu in those moments and said, forget about it, move on. Next play, we'll address it after the game.
Quickly with the steal, RJ with a bucket there, CJ McCollum. Speaking to those shots that they missed right at the rim, Raptors over the final 7 minutes of the second quarter, they shot 5 of 16. So many of them were right there at the basket after starting 16 for 30. Oh, net from Scotty. The steal, RJ. And fouled by Chris Middleton. He wanted to ensure that RJ was unable to get an and one, but Barrett just goes in strong.
Barrett barreling, putting his shoulder again in the chest, but how about this pass and the catch and shoot by Scotty? And Scotty's looking at the bench, but look, he's get back and get the steal. And now he gives RJ an opportunity. So the Raptors, I already mentioned, they come out in the second half and they play with a whole different level of intensity and togetherness.
Barrett misses the second. RJ on the season, 73% from the free throw line. CJ McCollum trying to get it going for Washington. 11-point game.
He's one of the guys that can get it going, and Quickly actually did a great job because CJ stopped and popped right behind the screen, and Quickly did a good job of not running into him.
Justin Champagnie gets a start here in the second half, the former Raptor, and that's knocked away. Champagnie 39 games with the Toronto Raptors in his 5th season, undrafted out of Pittsburgh. Played on a two-way contract last season and was converted to a standard contract in March. His twin brother in San Antonio. Here's Ingram, and he goes up strong. The double comes, and a foul is going to be charged to Champagnie. So Champagnie picks it up, and that's going to be his second as Ingram will head to the line. He's a perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line.
Playing a complete game, 4 assists, 4 rebounds as well.
Make it a place you'll never forget. BetMGM Sportsbook. Make it legendary.
We talked about B.I. and his ability to score the ball, but again, what he does by creating double teams and mismatches, that puts so much pressure. And when you get into the darker part of the season and the later part of the season, you see almost an opportunity for Quick with the steal. That's so valuable to your team.
And CJ McCollum racks it up. He has done that throughout his career. In the final year of his contract at 34 years of age.
13 years in the league. I remember watching the big upset when he was at Lehigh, them beating Duke in the NCAA tournament. Then come to find out he's going to have this type of NBA career.
RJ, great job. The patience, getting into the paint, and then finishing. McCollum firing away. He has all 8 of the Wizards' points here in the third, and he misses that one. He's got 16 points. Jakob deep post position, and a foul as he was doubled. So they look on the inside. Cleveland, by the way, up 90-77 in the third with 2:47 to go.
And you see just the subtle action by B.I. And that was a good job by Quick again, because B.I. wanted to dribble handoff. Quick was telling him to go the opposite way. The whole time, B.I. saw Pirtle fighting for position. So the whole time he kept his eyes on the entire court, making that pass for Pirtle.
Jakob at the foul line on the season, shooting 56%. As we send it over to Danielle.
Well, Matt, I talked to Jakob about that building chemistry he has with Brandon, and he said he makes it so easy because he's so open, asking how he feels about different situations. Where does he want the ball to try to strengthen their two-man game? He called B.I. a silent killer on how he slows things down but can get you a bucket, and compared him to DeMar DeRozan back in the day.
Yeah. His ability to attract doubles, we talked about it in the open, how it's just helped the Raptors in the half court. And then, as you mentioned too, just all the weak side action that the Raptors within the half court are doing. Champagnie lays it up and in, and a quick hitter there.
And again, that weak side action, it forces the weak side defense to react. So when you have a player that can create their own opportunities, they can't help as much because you're still a threat without the ball on the weak side. So great balance to the entire offense. Good pass.
Ingram back out to Quick, and the three. Got it. Quickly knocks it down. Sharing the basketball for a better shot. Long rebound. Champagnie up fake. C.J. McCollum. And McCollum continues his run here in the third. He's got 18. B.I. And Keyshawn George, a foul.
And this is straight out of Picasso's collection right here. This is beautiful. Just pass the rock, passing it back, quickly not staying still, getting off the ball, relocates and get back out. That's some Steph Curry action. You know, when you see Steph Curry penetrate, kick it, he doesn't stay still and watch the offense work after that. He continues to move. So good job by Scotty finding Quick passing across and then relocating and then finding Quick again. So just the ball movement and body movement is key to a successful offense.
Trey Johnson checking in for Koulibaly. Kispert in for Champagnie. 8:14 on the clock. Ingram at the free throw line. At 22 in Philadelphia, he has scored 20 or more 10 times this season. Season high twice at 29. Raptors up by 13. McCollum has 10 of the 12 points for Washington. And McCollum, that shot off the mark. He wanted a call. RJ ahead now to Ingram. Ingram spinning. And Kispert strips him. And it's going to be out of bounds in Washington basketball.
That's a good job by Kispert. Being in the help position, doubling, forcing a turnover.
Middleton's just feeling it here in the third. He's got 20 points now.
And the young players, they have some great vets, great established vets that they can learn from in Middleton and C.J. McCollum.
Scotty spins back, had Kispert on him, took him to the end line, and then with the spin, able to finish. And it's going to be Raptors basketball. Jakob Poeltl knocks it away from Middleton.
And how about Poeltl activity out there on the perimeter? Being active, forcing a turnover.
B.I. pulls it back, gets by George. And then a reach in.
And Matt, how many times have we seen B.I. go baseline, fake and spin, but that time he faked the spin and got back baseline. Great individual move. Can't read the scouting report. Got to read the player.
And Andy Nagy's coming over. He's asking Question. And the foul's going to be on Keyshawn George. And that's the team's 5th. And that's what Andy Nagy had a word with the official scores table. C.J. McCollum now in a lengthy conversation. Ingram getting a lot of work done here at the free throw line. He's 8 of 9.
Andy Nagy, he has that posture like he doesn't want to be nagged. Seems like a serious individual.
Raptors 7 of 10 in the quarter from the free throw line. Here's Middleton, cut off by RJ. George the 3. He has a second largest percentage improvement in three-point shooting in the NBA from last season to this season. Better than 13%. Shot 32% last season, 45.5% this season. Scotty backing down, going to work.
Scotty found something that he likes, getting it back in that middle, getting in the paint, jump hook after jump hook.
He's got 7 in the quarter. CJ has it stolen away by Scotty, and then the right idea. The Raptors give it right back. George, Pirtle with the denial. Ingram leaves it for Quick. Doesn't go. Jakob on the glass. Quick finds Scotty. Scotty finds the net. Ten points in the quarter. Scotty B with 15.
And you just see the activity, Matt. Get that out of here from them protecting the rim. Scotty running the floor, finishing it.
Yep. I got it. You got on the ground? You got on the ground?
We got to do a really good job of moving the ball. We cannot be stagnant and just going ISOs.
I'm on you. One more. That's good. I love it, fellas. I love it. I love it, fellas. That's good basketball.
Got that call 5 in there. Jamal Shed mic'd up. C.J. McCollum short. Ingram with Jacoby Walter, Barrett, Mamukelashvili, and quickly. Raptors their largest lead. Quick finds RJ, guarded by McCollum, backing in. Spins back. And a foul on the floor, and it's going to go against C.J. McCollum. And it's a bonus situation. So RJ's going to head to the line.
C.J. McCollum trying to put that old man strength, that 13 years in the league strength. And he's tough to handle down there.
First free throw good for RJ. He's got 17.
One. Straight in here, all right? Straight in on the leash. Straight in.
And Matt, that's another aspect with RJ. We talk about his game, the post-up ability. Posting up, just turning his back, keeping his eyes on the floor. And we know the passing, where that comes from, but he's doing a good job of getting to his spots from the post-up angle.
Talk about his transition productivity, 6th in the league in total points. And the left hand, and nice move. Trey Johnson, he's got 14. Here's Quick. RJ, the 3, got it from Mississauga. Raptors up 20. This is their largest lead. Grady Dick, Jamal Shed at the table. We'll check in next opportunity. Whitmore. Shot doesn't go, and it's going to be Washington basketball.
And Matt, point guard 101. You see it quickly, just breaking the defense down, paint touch. Already knows where his teammate is. All he had to do was catch and shoot on time and on target. RJ might have to take him out to dinner after that one. Great assist by Quickly, finding his balance, finding when and where to deliver the rock.
Brad Fay mentioned this during halftime, as that three is good. Just what the Raptors were able to do in Philadelphia in the third quarter. RJ's got 10 in the quarter. Scotty Barnes has 10 in the quarter. And they finish the third strong. Shed. Guarded by Johnson, looking for Ingram. Doubled. Mamu with the three. In and out. Kispert with the rebound. Vucevic on the inside.
Good finish by Tristan right there. Mamu did a good job of weak side defense, but it didn't impede him from finishing the play.
Mamu with the three. Mamu says, knock you out. The Raptors are trying to be the first team in the NBA to get to the knockout round. Deflected, turnover, Shed. Raptors 5 of 8 from 3 in the third. Mamu to Grady. Grady now driving. Grady, nice move by Grady Dick in the paint. Raptors are averaging 32 points in the third quarter. Second in the NBA behind Denver. They're at 34 tonight. Deep three. Johnson doesn't go. Ingram with it. Raptors into the front court. Up by 20 once again. Shed. Ingram has Kispert on him. No sign of a double. So B.I. just goes to work.
You love it, Matt. No double come. I got my opportunity one-on-one. Right where I want to get to, my sweet spot, little turnaround over top of the defender.
Raptors are 11 for 15 here in the third. You're not going to send a double? Tangerine is celebrating fans every Friday game. Scan to learn more. Great night here on a Friday. Raptors' first game of a 4-game homestand. They'll see Brooklyn Sunday, Cleveland on a Monday, and then Indiana on a Wednesday. And tonight at Emirates NBA Cup game, and Mamu with 11 points off of the bench.
And now when you talk about the bench, it's not just about the scoring, it's about the connectivity of all of the guys, the rhythm that they bring to the floor on the offensive side and defensively.
Scotty Barnes now out with Walter, Mamu, Grady, and Shed. And Shed to Grady Dick with the two-handed slam. Seven assists for Jamal Shed. 13 turnovers leading to 17 points, and Jamal gets called for the foul, his first.
Man, I need a sneak peek of what happens in a Raptors locker room at halftime, because this team comes out, they're a good team, but they come out with a total different type of focus, energy level. So I need to know what Darko is saying. I need to know what the massage therapy, I need to know everything going on, the stretching, the communication, because they come out a total different team. Good job by the Raptors.
Cam Whitmore with a bucket. Shed with Grady, Barnes, Mamu, and Jacoby looking for Mamu. And Mamu is fouled, and he can't believe he didn't get the and one, but a great job getting behind the defense.
Yeah, get behind the defense. But I got to kill a young fella. You're going to get behind the defense as long as you keep missing those shots. They're not paying attention to you. I had to keep it real. But great pass by Shed, but he got to keep going. He'll get the rock. He'll finish one of these things.
Got 11 points off of the bench.
When I wake up, he'll finish one of these shots.
I can't believe what you're doing.
No, that's my main man. That's my main man. I just had to keep it real
That's
with
what
him.
you said to Garrett, too.
He's my main man, too. I'm going to get banned from this arena pretty soon. They're going to jump me, one of the two. They better not jump this old man.
Raptors,
I'm talking about me, the old man.
Yeah. You sure?
Second half success. The Raptors have had it. They're continuing that here. Third quarter at the bank, and Bub Carrington knocks it down. 21-point lead. Shed finds Scotty. Jumper, good. Scotty Barnes, that catch and shoot. 3-ball, mid-range, on point.
It's just amazing what experience would do for you. You look at Scotty knowing exactly where he can get his shots in his sweet spot, and he ends up there.
Mamu, he goes down hard into the stanchion. And he's going to head to the free throw line as he is fouled. Scotty B has 12 of his 17 here in the quarter.
Good job on Mamu, just going to the rack hard, right on the break. Good job. Continue to put pressure on this Wizards team.
Raptors have been to the line here in the third.
1800 Tequila, 100% Blue Weber Agave. 1800 Tequila, unparalleled taste, nothing more.
Raptors 11 for 15 from the line here in the third. Now 12 for 16. Mamu with 14 points.
See the Raptors matching up a bit on defense. Get another steal.
They get Scotty and then Grady flying. No basket. Basket interference. Scotty did a great job, and that created that turnover.
You just see the defense switching a bit, going under, fighting, and it was matching up. And Grady did a nice job of just reading that outlet, not being able to finish the play. But again, you love the intensity, you love the intention on the defensive end.
25-point lead, their largest. Point differential is a factor in the Emirates NBA Cup. Shot doesn't go for Trey Johnson. Shed dribbles by. Shed ahead to Mamu on a kick out. Scotty the extra pass. Jamal Shed! Bucket and book it. Raptors on a Wednesday night had 44 in the third. They said, you know what? That ain't nothing. We're going to put up 46. And that's a season high for any quarter.
So, Matt, how many times have we seen this? Pass the ball up, nice kick out by Mamu, good extra swing to Shed, and guess who this person that made the shot? The person who delivered the first pass. We saw that with IQ early in the third. Now we're seeing with the backup point guard in the third. Great Raptors basketball.
You give, therefore you shall receive.
I love it. I love it. Couldn't be said much better.
When you want the best seats, you get courtside. When you want the simplest insurance, you get Bel Air Direct. Bel Air Direct. Insurance. Simplified.
See the officials there's a coach's challenge Let's see. But I don't know. I don't see a green light flashing. Here it's Mark Davis. He'll explain it all. Now the green lights are flashing. Okay, green lights are now flashing. Here's Mark Davis.
Upon review, it's been determined that the defender illegally contacted the shooter's hand. Therefore, this is an unsuccessful challenge. Toronto will be charged with a timeout, as well as they have no additional challenges.
So coach's challenge, and Kispert to the line. Scotty is second. Raptors up 103-75. It's the first free throw of the quarter. Not for something early. It's interesting. Darko in the pregame presser was asked a lot about different combinations of players on the floor, and because now obviously we can look at every lineup combination. And he said, look, it's 15 games. Let's wait till there's 30 games and we'll have, the sample size is so small right now, but it's a small sample size. But the coaches' challenges are something that I think as the season goes on, the Raptors will look at and kind of clean up a little bit. Here's Scotty with the left attacking. Count that bucket. He's got 19. Because those things are going to be, that's going to be important as this season progresses.
It's an important element. You know, it can win and it can lose you games. Like free throws, you see Scotty getting a shot goaltended, but it's just like free throws. Layup, all of these things count when you're trying to win the game.
Koulibaly, and he goes up, and he's fouled by Mamu.
I just love what Mamu's bringing to the game. Yeah, we joked a lot. Well, I joked about it, finishing the rock, but he's playing on the defensive end. He's a presence. When Pirtle's not in the game, he's the next big. So he can stretch the floor, rebounding the rock. He's at 8 rebounds, 14 points, and contesting everything at the rim. And right there, just prevented 2 points potentially.
Raptors this season now 2-6. And coaches' challenges. Raptors here in this quarter, they have scored the most in a quarter since March 14th of 2023, when they had 49 in the first quarter. And that's going to finish the third. Raptors lead 105-77. Scotty B with 14 points in the third. Raptors outscore Washington 48-30 in the third.
And you just see, we talked about how they come out as a second half team, and they did not disappoint.
Raptors shot 75% in the third, 15 for 20. They were plus 23 on the glass. Barrett quickly, Grady Dick, and along with Scotty and B.I. Raptors forced 11, 8 points, and got 8 turnovers, leading to 11 points in that third quarter. 8 turnovers leading to 11 points as Scotty lays that up and in. He's got 21. Shot doesn't go. Second chance. Whitmore puts it on the deck. And a slam dunk. Raptors get it in quickly. Grady attacking. And knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Washington basketball.
And we said Whitmore was very athletic that time. Wide open lane, he took advantage. The Raptors trying to get it back in a hurry, not able to complete the play.
9 points for Whitmore. George kicks it into the corner, and the three, no, and there's Whitmore in a timeout. 11 points now for Cam Whitmore. Crashing the glass. In his first season in Washington, his third year in the NBA. It's right to the rim for the throwdown. Team can get.
And man, how many times are we going to see this? Over and over, the Raptors, 21, 19, 21, 15, 14. Everyone's involved in the game. Scoring a rock, getting each other involved, sharing, you said is caring. Those are the things that's going to make a team successful, and the Raptors continue to follow that mold.
Scotty Barnes, when you look at that offense, but what has been so impressive with Scotty's game, the things he's also doing on the defensive end, he's the only player in the NBA with 20 or more steals on the season and 20 or more blocks. Scotty with the throwdown. He's got 23. So Scotty right now has 3 steals in this game, so he's up to 24. He doesn't have a block yet. He has 26 blocks on the season. Corner 3 doesn't go, and R.J. Barrett with a rebound. He has at least 1 steal and 1 block in 11 consecutive games. That's the second longest streak in the NBA.
You know what I smell, Matt? Defensive Player of the Year. That's what I smell.
Here's R.J. Well, he can guard 1 through 5. But the only player, and that has not been talked about enough this season, with 20-plus steals, 20-plus blocks, and that bucket is good.
I was talking about since he stepped foot in Canada, his special ability to do it all.
Ochai to B.I. Doesn't go. Scotty has it knocked away. Here's Whitmore. Pulls up, jumper, doesn't go.
Coming into this quarter as well, after the timeout, R.J. Barrett made an outstanding pass to Scotty Barnes.
Oh, what a dime! R.J. Barrett, slam dunk. Quickly, you know, he typically call 5. Well, now he's dropping dimes.
Oh my goodness, I like what you're doing with that.
Stat. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank. Learn how Tangerine is celebrating fans every Friday game at nba.com/Raptors.
Hey, get out your own head. Got a whole half to play. Hey, keep shooting the ball. Get out your own head and keep playing. You're doing a great job. Keep playing. That's a great skip. That's 2 great shots. Keep going. Keep going.
Jamal Shed encouraging Mamu. Mamu with 14 points, 7 rebounds here tonight. Vucevic. Back up top. Here's Carrington.
Matt, I love the mic'd up aspect of the players because I think people don't give enough credit to the amount of communication and dialogue that happens in a game. I talk to young kids all the time, you have to talk. So many kids don't talk on the basketball floor, but if you want to be a good player and if you want to have a great team, you want to lead a team, you have to be comfortable with communicating. And sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it and when you say it that'll deliver the message most effectively.
Raptors up 111-83. Shed has been outstanding tonight. Will Riley, Jameer Watkins checking in for Washington. B.I. foul by Carrington. So Brandon Ingram will head to the free throw line.
And just cool as a cucumber. It's like he knew he was going to get fouled that play. I'm not trying to go here and score or make a highlight. I'm going to get the steal. I'm going to read the defender, and I'm going to get fouled, and I'm going to go to the rack, and I'm going to go to the free throw line and get these 2 free throws.
He's 9 of 10 tonight from the foul line, now 10 of 11.
The fall get-together is here at Canadian Blood Services. Grab your crew and experience what you get when you give together. Book today at blood.ca/get-together.
Over the last 4 games, he's averaging over 8 free throw attempts a night.
When you talk about the comparison to it, DeMar DeRozan, that was DeMar's special sauce. Not just the mid-range, but getting to the free throw line. That's huge for an offensive team.
Here's Buck Carrington with a 3. And Carrington has shot it well from distance, 43%. Ingram, under 10 of the shot clock. Cleveland defeats Indiana. So Cavs did their part. Ingram, bucket, getter. And taking a little bit of time to get up. And now he's walking away. It's his ankle, and they're going to take a look. You can see he has been through so much.
This foul will be reviewed to see if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul.
And he's walking away. When you battle through a season like last season where you play 18 games because of the ankle injury in there, Carrington got underneath him. And you see that right ankle. And Mark Davis is there. Here's Mark Davis.
Upon review, it has been determined that the defender committed a reckless closeout. Therefore, this foul is a flagrant foul, penalty 1. Score the basket. He'll have 2 free throws to score 1 point.
So Brandon Ingram will head to the line. He's got 23. We haven't seen Jakob Poeltl, right? I would imagine. Remember, he's been dealing with that lower back. And you know, these are the sort of times where you go, you know what? We got a back-to-back coming up. So you got a Sunday, Monday scenario for Jakob. You want to continue to be careful. Raptors have jammed in a lot of games. 10 of their first 15 on the road. Here they are. They come home 3 in 4 days. And for Ingram, depending upon how that ankle feels, he's played 30 minutes. And that is good. And here comes Jacoby Walter. Yeah, he's going to check in for Brandon Ingram. Ingram with 24 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Now, for Jacoby Walter, as well as Ochai Agbaji and Mamukelashvili, you look at this, typically you go 116-86. Well, you want to maintain this 30-point lead because point differential matters when it comes down to how things will play out into the knockout round. Here's Quick, largest lead.
And Matt, that's why the structure of this tournament and these games are so valuable. Again, it teaches you how to play with leads. It teaches you how to keep your discipline, stay disciplined with your style, no matter what aspect or what juncture the game is in.
Batted out. Champagnie, the former Raptor, gets it now to Carrington. Under 10 of the shot clock. Vucevic.
Again, Raptors, you want to play your style. You still want to share the rock. You don't want to do too much. You want to still make sure you're playing the right way.
Quick, that shot doesn't go. Champagnie with it. Here's Carrington. 6:47 on the clock. Looking now underneath. Watkins denied by Quick. And it's last touch by Toronto. Washington basketball.
Good reaction by Quick. He lost his man just a little bit, but he recovered. This is multiple efforts. Right there, nice block shot.
So Shed in for Emmanuel Quickly. Quickly tonight, 17 points. Quick has made 2+ threes in 10 consecutive games. Will Riley on the inside, gets it back. Shed spins out of the way. And blocking foul called on Shed. Remember, the Raptors do not have a challenge to use.
He almost came through. A solid closeout by Mamu. Not quite sure, but good position. I like the position. Again, great defensive teams. It's not about the steals and all the deflections. Yes, you want to disrupt the other offensive output, but when you're in position and you're one of those defensive teams, those are the best teams. Because once you're in position, now you're in position to rebound and rock. You're in position to help and contest shots.
Jamal Shed and Darko sharing a smile. Watkins at the foul line. He's on a two-way. Second-round pick out of Florida State. Played 2 seasons at VCU. Alma mater of Sherman Hamilton. The Rams. Here's Mamu. Attacking Mamu with the throwdown. Get out of the way.
Yes, he said, I'm not missing any more ducks. I'm going to finish it.
Will Riley, who was born in Kitchener, Ontario. The Big Ten Sixth Man of the Year a season ago at Illinois. Shed. I would imagine Grady Dick's going to check in for RJ. Mamu says knock you out.
Just great action.
Back Mamu.
Great action, Matt. One going all the way to the rack, the other one the three-point from the shot from the corner. And I love, we talked about the mic being mic'd up. Shed, keep your head in the game, keep your head in the game, and look at him. Getting numbers.
Season high 19. That three is good for Watkins. 5:15 to go. If the Raptors win this game, and they're certainly well on their way, Mamu with a left. 9 straight from Mamu. He's got 21. He'll become the first team to enter the knockout round in the NBA Cup.
What an accomplishment just in itself. You think about the progression time over time. It's a process to it all. Raptors are taking care of business, showing professionalism and maturity. And you just look at him. Look off the dribble handoff. Finish it all the way to the rack with the one-hand flush. Never touches it with the offhand. And then Jamal Shed finding his buddy in the corner, knocking down the 3-ball. And then this one, I'm going to just go with the left hand and finish. Crossover and give you part of the package.
RJ at the foul line. Carrington fouls out.
Coming into the second half, different guys. We talked about Scotty really taking the leadership role and providing what the team needed, that boost. And RJ coming in there, assisting the rock. You see Mamu picking his game up even more on the offensive end. He was already there with the energy and the rebounding, but the total game has come, and everyone else finding their rhythm and finding their niche.
RJ Barrett with 24 tonight, 8 rebounds, 4 assists and a foul, and that's going to get Grady Dick into the game. Great night for RJ Barrett. Ingram with 24, Scotty 23, 18 in the second half. A professional approach tonight once again by the Toronto Raptors. Anthony Gill in. Here's Riley. Riley makes a move. Shot doesn't go. Gill on the inside lays it up and in.
You mentioned it earlier, Matt. With this lineup, it's still valuable and precious minutes. The score is a key. The margin is a key, so you still have to play with a purpose.
Jacoby finds Mamu. He's got 23, and tonight the Raptors with 4 20-point scores. Under 4 minutes left. Walter digging in for the steal, takes it away. Here's Abaji, and he'll head to the free throw line. Again, the intensity needs to remain there because of the point differential in the Emirates NBA Cup.
And you just see the double coming, right? And you see right as soon as you turn your back, Walter doing a good job of reading the play. Abaji getting into the action, running the floor, getting to the free throw line.
Abaji, the first is good. Battle's going to check in for Mamu.
Jackpot City Casino. This is what excitement is made of.
Shed will check out with 10 assists in 16 minutes of action. 4th in the NBA in total assists off of the bench this season. He's got 86 now.
It's just imagine his second year. It's not like the veteran is coming off the bench leading the team, and he's a second-year player being a leader, coming off the bench, keeping the team afloat, and sometimes even giving the team a spark.
Battle with the rebound. Outlet goes right over the back of Andy Nagy, but I think with Jamal Shed, so much of that is just his makeup and mentality, and then you play 4 years at the University of Houston. You're coached by Kelvin Sampson, and he in that way very similar to a Fred VanVleet. He's 23 years of age. He comes in and he's just already got a veteran sort of approach.
And I was a 4-year player in college, but I'll tell you this, when I came into the league and I came into the game, nice action. And you see Walter still hustling, getting on the floor. That's the second time now. I wasn't ready to come off. I wasn't that. And I was a leader in college. I was a leader by design, I guess. But when I got to the NBA, my confidence was not there to lead older guys and very good players. I would, as a senior, yeah, I'm the man. I can lead you guys. But for him to be able to come in as a second-year player and be that leader and take that role, that's something special, like a Fred VanVleet as well. It's the makeup, to your point.
Malachi Branham on the court for Washington. Champagny takes it back from Temple. Entry pass, Branham underneath. He was a first-round pick of San Antonio. And he's in his 4th season with 2:26 left here. Raptors nearing a victory which will send them to the knockout round in the Emirates NBA Cup. Grady, shot doesn't go. 33-point game. Branham, and a whistle and a foul.
Again, I'm still impressed. The intensity is still there. A few plays ago, you saw Garrett Temple get on the floor for a loose ball. So everyone's coming in the game playing Raptor style of ball. No matter how long you're sitting over there, you're still playing with that type of energy and focus.
Branham at the line. So here is the Emirates NBA Cup updated standings except for Toronto. Cleveland, they defeated Indiana They're plus 33. Now for the Toronto Raptors, again, important to get as many points as you possibly can in the point differential department. And they'll see Indiana on Wednesday for their final cup game. With 1:51 to go, and the Raptors up by 31. And if you can win this one by 30 plus, it'll go a long way. Knockout rounds, they're held at the home site, and then semifinals and final held in Las Vegas. Got a little cleanup over there on aisle 9. And taking care of some business. Mark Davis just making sure that area is dry. With 1:51 to go here.
So you're looking at the game, man. Like some of the things that you can see the Raptors right now, they just look polished, right? Early in the season, and I know Coach Darko, as you see a foul picked up on the shot, but Coach Darko saying this is not the conclusion of the team. But I'm looking at it, and you continue to grow. And I'm trying to think in my mind, how can they continue to grow? One, you got to be healthy, right? So
and they've been healthy overall,
and that's been a blessing. So you want to continue that health. You want to continue to monitor that. But as far as the rest of the team, defensively, I think they've done a much better job adjusting their style from the super aggressive 94 feet picking up, but picking their spots and also playing basketball without fouling as much.
Yeah,
they're not putting their opponent on the line as much, giving those guys opportunities to score with the clock stop. So they're growing as a team internally.
Raptors entered the game having won 5 in a row. They'll win 6 in a row in 10 of 11. Battle with it, gives it up. Temple back to Battle, a little give and go action.
How about that pass by Garrett Temple? Nice cut by Battle. Catch and finish, but the delivery from Garrett Temple was on the money.
Raptors still locked in defensively, and now another foul is called. And it's going to be on Garrett Temple. Is it Garrett or is it on Jamison Battle? It's going to be Battle, 77, not 17. First free throw good. Homestand continues. These are red-hot Raptors take on the Brooklyn Nets this Sunday. Coverage gets underway 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific on Sportsnet 1. As we mentioned, 3 of their 4 opponents, as Watkins commits a foul, have a combined record entering tonight of 5-38. Cleveland Monday, they're 10-6. So an opportunity for the Raptors just to continue to get W's. But how you do that, because as we know in the NBA, that can change so much, is have the approach that they had tonight, right? You mentioned at halftime, come out, huge third quarter, 48 points. And sticking to that professional approach and getting it done.
And just having an understanding, every day is a new day that you want to continue to get better. Practice and then the games. Every situation has to count. You're trying to prove something. You're trying to accomplish something as a unit. Hold everyone accountable to each and every move and continue to play like professionals.
Clock adjustment. .3 on the clock. Grady gives it back to Jacoby. Walter. Here's Grady making a move. Kicks it. Temple the 3. Got it. And remember, because of the point differential with the Emirates NBA Cup, you got to continue to play till the clock's hit 0.
That was a big shot and a great pass by Grady Dick.
Batted up, Temple controls it. Lead pass, and Will Riley steals it. Here's a 3, and that goes. 10 seconds to go. Raptors and a foul. So a chance here to get it.
About 30, right?
Yeah, up to 30. With 6.2 to go. Washington coming into tonight. Dropped 12 in a row. It'll be 13 consecutive. And they'll be 1-14 on the season. The Raptors are going to improve to 11-5. Overall 4-2 at home. Best start since the 2019-2020 season. Back to 30. Season high 140 points. Riley loses it, scooped up, and that's going to do it. The Toronto Raptors are the first NBA team in the Emirates NBA Cup to reach the knockout round.
And a very impressive output for this team, especially in the second half rather. And you mentioned it, being professional, being mature, and doing exactly what you're supposed to do to a young Washington Wizards team.
Toronto Raptors advance to the NBA Cup quarterfinals. The third season of the Emirates NBA Cup. And the Raptors headed to the quarterfinals, a knockout round. First team to do it this season. Impressive victory. Just taking care of business. Branham and Mamu, former San Antonio teammates. Raptors in the second half shot over 73% from the field. And they put up a season best 140 points. Their final Emirates NBA Cup game will be Wednesday against Indiana. Raptors have won 6 straight in 10 of their last 11, and they're 3-0 in Cup action. Brandon Ingram, 24 points. Scotty B with 23, RJ with 24, and Mamu with 23. Let's send it over to Danielle.
Well, Scotty, 23 points for you tonight, but yet again, everyone contributing. How are you able to find that scoring balance so effortlessly?
We know what this team can bring to the table every night. A lot of the guys impact the game in different ways. That's why we need everybody on our team. We did a really good job of sharing the ball, moving the ball, sticking to our principles, and that's why the score looks like it is, and that's why everybody contributed.
We really kicked it up a notch in that third quarter, a season high 48 points on 75% shooting. What is Darko saying in there? I gotta know.
He's just constantly telling us to move the ball, play the right way, and when guys, we do that as a team, you know, it leads to great things. We move the balls, run in transition, make threes, everything just comes together.
It's your 6th straight win here in the 6th, Scotty, but also you have locked up a knockout round spot in the NBA Cup. How does it feel to reach that stage for the first time?
It's great. Let's keep winning. Go to Vegas. You know, it'll be great.
Thank you, Scotty.
Scotty Barnes, as soon as that got brought up, he said, let's go to Vegas, and the smile was just as glowing as Alvin Williams' smile. Vegas, not yet, still work to be done as we send it to Brad.
6.